Hey there, young scientists. Today, we're diving into an important topic. Basic services and inequalities. We're talking about things like access to clean water, reliable electricity, quality healthcare, and a good education. But here's the thing. Not everyone has equal access to these essential services. This uneven distribution of resources is what we call inequality. And it's a big problem that affects communities all over the world. Let's get started. When we talk about basic services, we're talking about the fundamental things that people need to survive and thrive. First up, we have clean water. Communities need clean water for drinking, sanitation, and growing food. Next, we have electricity. It powers our homes, schools, and hospitals. Access to quality healthcare is crucial for preventing and treating illnesses. And last, but certainly not least, we have education. Education empowers us with knowledge and the ability to pursue our dreams. Just think of all the amazing things you're learning in school right now. Now that we understand what basic services are, let's explore why some people have better access to them than others. One major type of inequality is economic inequality, the gap between the rich and the poor. This means that people with more money can easily afford basic services while those with less money might struggle. Then we have social inequality based on differences in opportunities and treatment. For example, in some societies, girls might not have the same opportunities to go to school as boys. And let's not forget about geographical inequality. Where you live can play a huge role in your access to basic services. People living in rural or remote areas often have to travel long distances to reach a doctor or attend a decent school. They might also have limited access to clean water or reliable electricity. The problems we're talking about today are so important that world leaders have made it a global goal to address them. It's called Sustainable Development Goal 10, or SDG 10 for short, and it's all about reducing inequalities within and among countries. SDG 10 is like a blueprint for creating a fairer and more just world where everyone has equal opportunities to succeed. When societies are more equal, everyone benefits. Let's take a look at some real-world examples of how inequalities in basic services play out in different communities around the world. Imagine a village in a remote part of Africa. The nearest source of clean water is a 2-hour walk away, and there's no electricity. Children often miss school to help their families collect water, making it difficult for them to break the cycle of poverty. Now picture a crowded slum in a bustling city in Asia. Thousands of people live in cramped and unsanitary conditions with limited access to clean water, sanitation, or healthcare. Diseases spread quickly and many children suffer from malnutrition and preventable illnesses. Or consider a marginalized community right here in the United States. Generations of systemic racism and discrimination have led to poverty and lack of access to quality education and healthcare. This creates a vicious cycle that's difficult to break free from. Now that we've seen some examples of inequalities in action, let's talk about their effects. One of the most significant effects of inequalities is on people's health. When people lack access to clean water, sanitation, and healthcare, they're more susceptible to preventable diseases and illnesses. This can lead to lower life expectancies and chronic health problems. Inequalities also have a profound impact on education. Children from disadvantaged backgrounds often attend underfunded schools with limited resources. This can lead to lower educational attainment, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. And speaking of poverty, inequalities are a major driver of economic disadvantage. When people don't have access to quality education, healthcare, or decent-paying jobs, it's much harder for them to break free from poverty. Basic services, inequalities, and global goals like SDG 10 are all interconnected. When people lack access to basic services like clean water, healthcare, and education, it creates and perpetuates inequalities. These inequalities lead to a host of negative consequences, from poor health outcomes to limited economic opportunities. By working together to promote equality and ensure everyone has access to the resources they need to thrive, we can create a more just and equitable world for all. Remember, change starts with understanding. Thanks for watching, young scientists. Remember, understanding these issues is the first step to making a difference. Now it's time to take that knowledge and turn it into action. Talk to your friends and family about what you've learned. Research organizations working to address these issues and find ways to get involved in your community. Remember, even small actions can have a big impact. See you next time.